speeches, I'm going to deal a little bit with what we heard from first opposition, and then I have a lot of clarification and a lot of explanation of how the debate actually works and how we need this plan to be implemented and how we can deal with all the harms that they come up with. A little bit to my structure later on in my speech. But now, what we heard here. He says we already have the certainty of the numbers. But you know, we say we don't, because there are a lot of knowledge scientists that say we don't really know if it is man-made. It might also be just a normal, you know, cycle that happens every 1,000 years, and we're just right now in one of at this point. So the debate, even on the scientific field, is not clear. But we have harms from that unclarity for certain societies, for everybody on the ground, for everybody on the planet. That's why we believe we have to be politically active and simply not care that much about scientific integrity in this place here. Second of all, he says the battle we fight is whether people listen to that or not. If that is his point, we say, well then, he should be on our side, because with our plan we have more evidence, and this will make more people listen to us, so we actually have a mechanism for something that you also care about. Then he says, at the very end, he has this problem that, you know, we're going to harm science. First of all, we very clearly say, even if we harm science, we don't care that much, because we can weigh that up and say, on the other side, we kind of save the world, we kind of make the world a better place for all of you, for all of us, for people in the Philippines that don't have clear air to breathe, so that they have nicer air here to live in a better place. And we also say that, you know, the harm on science won't last like forever. It might be a little bit of a time. We believe science will recover, it will get its integrity back, but in that time, we will have a much better place to live in, and we believe that is much more important. That is what politics should care about, and not scientific integrity. Not very much, not thank you very much. So, one thing I would like to address first in my speech is, how do people make decisions? Because the burdens that they try to put on our side is simply unrealistic. They say we need 100% certainty until we can act upon something. No, that is not true. That is not how decisions are made in real life, nowhere. Because what you do when you make a decision is, you have a certain amount of facts. For instance, oftentimes it is enough for you to have 70% of, you know, probability that that is going to happen. That's when you act or not act. For instance, when we try to make people stop smoking, we don't really have 100% proof of that smoking causes breast cancer or whatever kind of lung cancer or whatever cancer, but still the government acts upon that because we have a lot of research telling us that the likelihood of you getting cancer when you smoke a lot is very high. That's why we act upon that. We don't have 100%, we still can act upon that. We believe it's very unrealistic, and it's not fair to put a burden in this specific case on us that doesn't exist in any other case. Thank you very much. The second point I would like to talk about goes deeper into that when we talk about the unbalance of burden of proof in this debate when it comes to the environment. Because the people that don't believe that it is man-made are shifting the burden and asking us for absolute certainty. But we say, you know, we cannot have 100% certainty in this case, but we say we have other good reasons why we should want to make people believe that it's their fault when it gets warmer, that it's their fault when the air gets less clean, because, you know, we want people to change their behavior, to, you know, vote for parties that actually change their environmental politics, you know, have cleaner cars and so on and so forth. We have good reasons. And that is exactly the answer to closing opposition's questions, why we need to exaggerate the fact that it is man-made. Because the debate is skewed, because that is why we need to exaggerate the fact that it's man-made. And now, I would like to also tell you that what we're doing here is that we're doing something that is the right thing, and we're doing it for the right reasons. Even if we might be lying, we don't care about that, because those two things are on our side in this debate. Are we doing the right thing? Yes, because we're trying to make the world a cleaner place. We're trying to save woods. We're trying to make rivers more cleaner so that people have a nice environment to live in, so that people don't get sick only because their air is so bad, only because, you know, we don't simply stop being so luxurious and, you know, have a little bit more uncomfortable lives, pay a little bit more so that we have a better environment and preserve that environment. And we believe we're doing that exactly for the right reasons, exactly for this, what I have just said in my speech here.
On this point.
Yes, closing quick.
Okay, do you think it matters for the kinds of measures you need to take, whether it is man-made or whether it is caused by something else?
Yes, we believe that, because it depends on, you know, what the people accept from you doing. Because if people believe it is actually their fault, that they can do something about the climate, that they can actually change something with their everyday behavior, they're more likely to vote for parties that will implement measures that might make their lives a little less easy, but they will understand that it is okay to do that because it is, you know, it is well, it is their fault that things are happening and they can change something about that. Lastly, what I would like to talk about is this idea of lying and can we do something, and this harm to science. Because we already say the harm to science has already happened. Because what is expected here to happen is that we expect science to prove. We already have this politicization of science, as I explained at the beginning of my speech, and we say we have to act on the same grounds. Because people are kidnapping scientific research for political reasons and saying, we don't really know whether it's man-made. We have certain studies here, and that's why we should definitely not act upon that, continue our lifestyle, as is, for instance, the debate in the United States. And we're saying we have to go into this field as well and take science on the other side and say, we have to exaggerate the data, we have to make people believe that it is man-made, so that we have some kind of equality in this debate. And we also would like to say that, in the end, even if it is lying, we say if the outcome is a good thing, and we all believe that the outcome will be a good thing, because we will have a cleaner environment, we will all have healthier lives, we will all enjoy ourselves much better if we live in a better environment that is not, grey and ugly, but green and blue and nice. We believe that those are good reasons to do something. And we believe that that also justifies harming science for a certain period of time when we can actually make the world a much, much better place for all of us, because science in and of itself isn't just there to be science, but it is also there to benefit all of us. And that's why we believe in the short term we will have better conditions for all of us, the world will be a much, much better place, and in the long term we also have a moral obligation to make this world a better place, to keep it at least as good as it is right now, or even make it better for future generations, because they also want to enjoy to see a wood, they also want to enjoy to see, blue sky, and not as oftentimes we have seen here in the Philippines, gray sky all day long, although, it's because of the smog. So that's why we say we have a lot of reasons why we need to step into this debate that is already skewed on the political side, that science is already abused. That's why we need to do that. We have the right reasons, we're doing it for the right reasons, and we will have the right outcomes, and that's why we can balance that and have you do that policy. Thank you very much.